What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fisher Over Chicks Woodworking. My name is Peter, and today I'm going to be showing you the easiest way I know how to build a chessboard. Obviously, if you've been a subscriber for a bit, you know that this is not my workshop, and this is not how I start my videos. But I'm actually in Tennessee for the next 2 weeks, so I actually filmed the majority of this video at home in Vermont, and then I came here and I didn't film an intro and outro, so here I am doing the intro and outro now. But the next few videos might be some in Tennessee, might be some in Vermont, they might be half and half. So just stick with me and John for that. We're trying to figure this out as I'm on this trip. But I'll definitely be building some stuff in Tennessee in a new makeshift shop area, so make sure that you stick around for those videos. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, let's get into the chessboard. So now that we got all 8 pieces cut up, we're going to go ahead and glue them up. So the first thing we want to do is just put them in an alternating pattern, so walnut, maple, walnut, maple. And that is how we're going to clamp these up. I'm going to use Titebond 2 to glue them together because it's strong, and you don't need Titebond 3 because it's a chessboard, so it does not have to be food safe. So I'm using Titebond 2. So now let's get these clamped up. So I let this dry for about 2 hours, so now let's go ahead and take all the clamps off it. Alright, here's what we got. Now let's go ahead, take the chisel and get all the little chunks of glue off it, and then we'll be able to run it through the planer. If you don't have a planer, that's fine. You're going to just do this step with a hand sander, oscillating sander, which will take a bit longer, but it is what it is. Alright, now that we've chiseled the heck out of it, got most of the big chunks of glue off there. It's looking pretty good. So now we're going to run it through the planer. Again, if you don't have a planer, like I said, go ahead and hand sand it. So right now these boards are about 1 inch thick, tiny bit less than 1 inch thick, and chessboards aren't usually super thick. So I think I want the final thickness of this to be about 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit less. So I'm going to run it through the planer quite a bit now and just get it down to a thinner working space, probably down to like 3/4 of an inch, I'd guess, but we'll see when it's off. And then we'll go ahead and get to the next step. So I just finished planing it. It's perfectly flat on both sides there. So now we're going to head over to the miter sled and square it up. Alright, so I just squared it up. I did leave it about 13 inches long here. In the end, it's going to be 12 by 12, but I left it a little bit longer just to leave some room for error, which I think is a good call. So now we're going to take it to the table saw, and we're going to rip these down to 1.5 inch squares. Alright, so I just cut all these pieces up And one very important thing to know is I did not account for the width of the blade taking off material. So it was a good thing I left 13 inches on the length, because the blade ended up taking 1/8 inch off every time it ran through. So in the end, I only had this small scrap left over, so I did have enough, but make sure that you leave the length at least 13 inches. That way you account for the blade. But anyways, we've got 8 pieces. So now what you're gonna do is just put them opposite to each other. And there you go. That is what your chessboard is going to look like. So now it is time to glue it up again. So let's glue it up again. All right, so I did a little bit of chiseling on this side before I take the clamps off. So there it is, looking pretty good. Now just gotta get the rest of the glue off, and then we'll run it through the planer. Here, and I'm going to do 2 coats, and I'm just going to apply quite a bit. It says use a liberal amount, so we're going to put quite a bit on there. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously I don't have the chessboard with me here. It's back home in Vermont. But I want to thank you so much for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below any other videos you'd like us to make. And as always, me and John would be more than happy to make them. And it does not matter what state I'm in, I still got the pencil. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.